my June book haul. I have a lot of books, I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, let's just talk about the books I got. Now, all of these books except for 2 I was sent for review, and you're like, oh, how should she get so many review books? How should get so many review books? Honestly, for some of these I requested to review. Some of them I get emails that are requests to review them. So I just want to throw that out there. You're probably thinking, she gets tons of free books all the time. That's not true all the time. I would have bought lots of books this month, but let's be real, I am broke all the time now, so I can't afford to buy books. So I'm being completely serious, like 100% honesty here. Heather can't afford books. So let's talk about the books, like I said. I just wanted a disclaimer out there. The first book I did buy, I found it amazingly at a thrift store for $2, which I couldn't believe because I was like, who would get rid of this book? Who? I've Got Your Number by Sophie Kinsella. I love this book. I don't own it because I listened to it. I listened to it on audiobook from my library, and I just had put off buying it because I've already listened to it and stuff like that. But I always wanted a physical copy, and I found it for $2 at the thrift store. So amazing. So trust me, guys, if you are down with cash, like you're down out of cash like myself, thrift stores are a great place to find books because you can find some pretty good ones in good condition. Like there's nothing wrong with this book. You already know I love this book. I adore Sophie Kinsella, and this is my favorite Sophie Kinsella by far. It's a chick lit book, and it's just amazing. I love it so much. It is an adult book, just to let you know too. The next book I actually got in my book Riot Box, which I do pay a quarterly fee. I will leave that video right here so you can go check it out. And that is Please Ignore Vera Dietz by A.S. King. And I've heard amazing things about A.S. King. I'm sure all of you have. Ariel Bissett is a huge fan of her. And this is my first A.S. King novel I've ever owned, so I'm excited to get into it. It looks really good. The next book was sent to me by Pulsit. That is Scandal by Sarah Auchler. I have already read this, and I've done like a somewhat review on it. I will leave a video right here. You can click on it. I did a video about social media and books because this book is all about that. This book is pretty much about a girl who goes to prom with her best friend's boyfriend because her best friend's sick, but she has been harboring feelings for her best friend's boyfriend for like 4 years before they even started dating and stuff. And then during prom, they kiss, and she learns that he just likes her too, but then somebody took Facebook photos of it, and they also stole her phone and took a whole bunch of Facebook photos of like everything that happened everything that happened after the prom at the after party, and she gets named so many things, like just backstabber, betrayal, like, you know, all the bad words and stuff like that. And this is an amazing book for that. I will say I liked it. This was my least favorite Sarah Auchler book, if I'm being completely honest, because I do love Sarah Auchler. I love Bittersweet, and I love 20 Boy Summer, and I love The Book of Broken Hearts, but this one was okay, but I did like it, and yeah, go check out the video if you want more about like social media and books kind of talk. This book, the author actually contacted me to review it, and it looked really, really good, so I accepted it. It's going to be Running Lean by Diana L. Sharples. It's about a couple pretty much, about a boy named Calvin. I think he loses his brother in the war and stuff like that, and so he's just really down on himself and just having a lot of problems, so he's focusing a lot of his attention on his girlfriend, and his girlfriend starts having problems too, I think, of like self-image and stuff like that, and it's all about that. It looks amazing because it looks like to be a gritty novel, which I don't read too many of, and I'm trying to expand my horizons a little bit more, and I thought this would be a great book to try that out with, and it just looks amazing, and she even sent me some cool bookmarks with it. Yay for book swag. I call it swag because of The Office. I'm just saying. Next book I actually requested, and that was from Houghton, I forget who it's from, Houghton Miller, something like that, and that is Graduation Day by Joelle Charbonneau. I always butcher that name. This is the third and final book in the Testing trilogy, which I have read both of the previous books. I have a video review strictly on the Testing, which I will link right here, and I don't know if I've done a review on the sequel, which was Independent Study. I like this series. I don't super love it. It's just a series that I'm okay with. I would say the first one was the best one I've read so far. I gave it like a maybe 3.5. The second one I wasn't a huge fan of, but I'm really excited to see how it's going to turn out. And yeah, we'll have to see. This book is all about, it's kind of like Hunger Games almost, but kind of different. That would be my explanation of it. that explanation of it. The next book I have is Sinner by Maggie Stiefvater, and this is, I was sent this to review by Scholastic. I was super excited to get it, honestly, because like I went to BookCon for, there were a couple books I really wanted at BookCon, and this was one of them. Like probably, I wouldn't say it was the main one, but it was one of the top like 3, I'd say, and I didn't get any of the books I wanted at BookCon, so I was so happy to be able to review this. This is the 3.5 is what it's called, book in the Wolves of Mercy Falls series, which is a series by Maggie Stiefvater, and it gets a lot of hate on BookTube, and I understand why, because I don't think it's an amazing series, but I liked it because it just holds a fond memory in my heart, because I read that series way before I started BookTube, so I always hold that memory like, I read you before I even started YouTube. But anyway, I have already read this, and a review will be coming soon. I liked it. I didn't love it. I expected, I think sometimes when I go into books I'm really excited about, I hype it up and I hype it up and I hype it up, and then I read it and I'm like, it was okay. That's how I felt about this. If you have read the Shiver series, if you want to call it that, this is takes place this is all about Cole and Isabel, and I like them both. I will say I'm not a huge fan of Isabel, but I like Cole. But yeah, this was good. I'd give it like a 3.5 rating right now. But yeah, review coming in this soon. The book I got, which I am like so excited for, is Landlined by Rainbow Rowell. Oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. So beautiful. St. Martin's Press was so sweet to send me a finished copy, and I adore this. It is beautiful. It's a beautiful cover. Even the dust jacket, or even the hardcover, excuse me, is beautiful. It's gray and it's got this, oh, love it. Anyway, this is Rainbow Rowell's second adult book, which her first one was Attachments, which I adored. There hasn't been a Rainbow Rowell book I haven't loved, if I'm being honest. Anyway, this is about a married couple, and the married couple has some problems. The wife and husband kind of, you know, fight and stuff like that. Eventually, the wife learns that she can communicate with herself, like, years and years ago through the telephone, I believe. And so it's all about like her, I think, trying to save her marriage, trying to like help it and make it grow and stuff like that. I haven't heard too many things about this. I'm trying to go into it with not knowing too much, but then I'm really excited to read it, so I hope it's amazing. And yeah, I'm super excited to read it. The next book Macmillan was sweet enough to send to me, and this one comes out in August, I believe, and it's called A Little Something Different by who are you by? Sandy Hall. And I love the cover of this. I'm kind of disappointed it's got this, but whatever. But the cover is amazing. I don't know if you can see it. It's pink, and it's just, ugh, I will definitely, if I love this book, I would definitely buy the book, because the cover is just beautiful. I don't know if this is a young adult book or if this is an adult book, but I do know it's a love story, and I'll just read you the back of it real quick. The creative writing teacher, the delivery guy, the local Starbucks barista, his best friend, her roommate, and the squirrel in the park have all one thing in common. They believe that Leah and Gabe should get together. You'll be rooting for Gabe and Leah, too, in this irresistibly romantic, completely original novel that will make you fall in love with falling in love. I don't need any help with that, because if you guys don't already know, I love, like, oh, I just love. So if this is as cute and amazing as it sounds, I'm going to love the mess out of it, honestly. So I'm excited to read this. Last 3 books, Penguin sent to me, and Penguin kind of gives, like, they have different reviewers, and they give them, like, a list to choose from, and I chose these 3 books. So and I should have really researched it more before I picked it, is Between the Devil and the Deep Blue Sea. And the reason why I picked it is because I've heard amazing things about this book. Like, I've heard it, and the cover is beautiful, but I did not know it was like kind of a horror novel. I don't do horror very well, if I'm being completely honest with you. I don't watch horror movies. I don't watch even previews. I don't watch anything scary. No. It says when you stop fearing the devil, you stop fearing the devil when you're holding his hand. Creepy. But this is about a girl named Violet who lives with her brother and kind of this, in a house where their parents kind of abandoned them, like they left them to go to Europe or something, and then they were struggling for money, so they decided to rent out the guest house, and this guy named River decides to move in, and then strange things starts happening when River moves in, like weird paranormal stuff. I've talked to some of my friends, and they said, you know, it's not as creepy as it sounds, like it's not super scary, so I will read this. I will do it, but I'm not good with scary stuff. Last two are part of a, I want to say trilogy or a series. It's one of those, and that's going to be Earthbound and Earthquake, both by April Lynn Pike. The series is about a girl who is the sole survivor of a plane crash, and she learns eventually that maybe she wasn't supposed to be a survivor of the crash and stuff like that. And I've heard amazing things about it. It's kind of action, sci-fi, romance, all that kind of stuff rolled into one, and I'm super excited to read it. I believe Earthquake comes out sometime in July. I'm not too sure, but this one is already out, as well as Between the Devil and the Deep Blue Sea. That's already out as well. So yeah, that's all the books I have in June. Sorry that all of them are pretty much review books, but what can you do? Hopefully in July I will be able to buy some books to show you guys. Fingers crossed. Anyway, if you guys bought any books or have heard of any of these books, please let me know down in the comments. And yeah, I will talk to you guys later, and have a great rest of your day. Bye.